Kia ora, it's Catherine here from Help. A common question we're asked is, how can counselling help? While many people do seek counselling or psychotherapy to deal with the impacts of sexual abuse, others don't. They don't believe that talking about a traumatic experience can help because it can't change what happened, and sometimes talking about it brings it all back and you can feel worse. Now, both of those things are true. But talking in the context of a relationship with a person who understands the trauma of sexual abuse and assault can really help. So how does it do this? Well, first up is relationship. It provides a reliable, trustworthy relationship, someone to be with you and guide you on this journey. Second, the development of insight or understanding of yourself, why you think, feel and do what you do. It's often only in the context of talking that we make these connections. Thirdly, skills to help you tolerate the kinds of overwhelming feelings which can follow trauma, and also skills to help to build your capacity to live your best life. And finally, trauma processing. We become traumatized when we couldn't process an experience fully at the time because it was too big, too bad to cope with. Counselling or therapy helps us have more capacity to cope through the relationship, self-understanding and skills, so then we can process it. This can mean many things though, depending on what you need to heal. An important thing to know about counselling is that we don't dive straight into trauma processing, so you're not going to need to talk about your deepest pains in the first few sessions. We will need to know just a little about what happened, where and when to get the funding sorted, but trauma counselling or therapy begins with making relationship. We want to know you and help you to feel safe with us. Then we need to work on getting your nervous system regulated so you feel safe in yourself and the world. In part, this comes from the relationship. It's amazing how this works between people. It's as simple as, if somebody cares that we are hurting and understands our feelings, it helps our feelings to calm. Insight or understanding yourself also helps. As you put words to your feelings, your brain calms down, and when you understand yourself, you have more choices about what you do. Skills help too. If you can breathe your way low and slow through the hard times and use your mind to notice what is happening rather than being overwhelmed by feelings. Now, when I say it all like that, it sounds quite easy, but it's not. Getting through this part to the trauma processing might be a few sessions or many months, largely depending on things about what happened to you. Things like how old you were, how much social support you had then and now, what was done to you and how often, and the size of other stresses and traumas in your life. But once we get there, with the relationship in place, some understanding of yourself and skills to manage strong feelings, then we can move to trauma processing. Different counsellors, therapists or psychologists might approach this in different ways, but the essence of it is in bringing your thoughts and feelings from the event together in a way you can tolerate, and sharing these with a therapist while they hold you in the present with their attention and empathy. This means that you get the support you needed at the time and didn't get. It brings opportunity for healing the shame and self-blame which so often follow sexual abuse, and helps you to create new meanings about yourself, your experience and the world. All of this allows the memory to be reprocessed in your brain in a way that allows it to rest and your being to feel safe. Now, I've described this process as if it's a straight line, and your counsellor or therapist will try to keep it as linear as possible. Do this first, then that. But for most people, it's a much more fluid journey. You might get safe enough to do some trauma processing, then realise that you need to go back to develop some further safety skills. Then some more processing might need to occur because of something that happens in your world that you can't ignore. It can be a complex journey, but your counsellor or therapist is with you to guide you through. Some people don't go through the whole journey in one go. They might achieve enough stabilisation to be able to live a better life, and then have a break from therapy, enjoying some of that better life. But they might come back when they're ready to do more work, or when a new life experience highlights another impact of the trauma which needs attention. Trauma makes you think and feel differently about yourself and the world. It usually has at its core memories which are intolerable to you. When you have reprocessed them, you won't be the same person you were or could have been before you were hurt, but you will be a person who has lived through that and come out the other side, safe, with the experience integrated, and now able to make the most of your life. If you've tried counselling once, twice, or more times and didn't get there yet, it could be worth another try. Look for someone who is a specialist in supporting those who've experienced sexual abuse or assault, and with whom you can develop a relationship in which you feel safe, cared about, and understood. And that doesn't just go for therapy relationships. A further part of the trauma journey is challenging that protective drive to withdraw and instead reconnecting more widely with family and friends, those with whom you feel cared about, respected, and understood. And let that be your new standard for relationships. If you have any feedback or questions from today, email me info@helpauckland.org.nz. Ngā mihi.